Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we're back for another week. Last week we weren't here because I was having some Wi-Fi issues. Today I'm still having some Wi-Fi issues. So if you usually watch us on YouTube and you don't see a YouTube episode this week, I apologize. I have to keep my camera off because I'm trying to preserve bandwidth. So this episode is only a podcast for this week, and we should be back on both platforms next week. But yeah, here we are, bringing you our thoughts on everything nerdy. How have you guys been the last 2 weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. Too long.
Yeah. It seems like an eventful 2 weeks. I feel like a lot of stuff happened, but a lot of stuff didn't happen.
A lot of stuff.
Makes any sense?
A lot of stuff definitely happened last week, the week that we didn't record. So
Yeah.
we have to carry all that over into this week because I don't know if that much stuff happened this week. But yeah,
I feel like with this pod, I have to like take notes on stuff that I do in my life, because last week I felt like I had a bunch of stuff that I did that I wanted to talk about, and then like I'm thinking about what am I going to talk about today. I'm trying to think of all the things from last week and I can't. So
yeah,
I gotta refresh.
I have to write things down also because I forget what I do all the time also.
Same.
So let's start with some like nerdy things over the last 2 weeks, if whatever you can remember. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So I actually keep a list of my nerdy things, specifically for the pod, but it helps me out a lot. Just a sticky notes on my PC.
I need to start.
So I beat Halo Infinite.
Wow.
Story mode, pretty good. When I was playing, I was like kind of wondering, man, what are my PC specs? So I looked at my PC specs, and then it said my GPU use was at 100%. I was like, oh man, I gotta get a new GPU, because I was thinking that my GPU was like bogging it down.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess not. Maybe not. So I asked a couple friends that are into PCs, and they said, nah, GPU use is normally high anyways, so don't really worry about it. But getting a GPU right now is pretty tough, so I'll probably hold off on that. And that's an extra cost that I don't need to pay anyways, because the scalpers are going crazy in the GPU world.
Of course.
So I finished the regular show, and I started watching Adventure Time. That's also on HBO Max.
Yes, it
And,
is.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Like I watched it when it was on Cartoon Network, but I don't know if I ever watched it like just from beginning to end. So the underlying story is pretty good so far. I think I'm in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. It's a lot of adult humor that I kind of missed out on when I was younger, or maybe I wasn't paying too much attention to.
Yeah, it definitely is. I feel like most of the cartoons from our childhood have adult humor that just went over our head.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I got my new nerdy tattoo.
Yeah.
So we can post it on the page. This week it's not visual, so we probably won't see it. So visit our page.
Yes.
Give us some comments. Let me know what you think. If you're
You
wondering,
want to give a brief description of the tattoo? Like, what is it?
Oh yeah, so I got Zoro during the Wano arc from One Piece. It's on my cap. So I'm doing a full anime sleeve. So I know people are probably like, man, this guy gets a tattoo every other week, but pretty much do. But yeah, so I got Zoro and I got Genos from One Punch Man, both on my inner calf. It hurt like crazy, especially around my knee, and my knee is not even done. So the next tattoo I get is probably going to be there, like my knee and the back of my knee. But you guys can see once we post it on the page, like kind of where it's located. So my ankle and my knee. If you're thinking of getting any tattoos right there, be prepared for the pain.
You're getting a tattoo directly on your kneecap?
I mean, I'm not going to go in with the hopes of like, hey, put something right on my knee, but if the art takes it there, then yeah. But if at all possible, I'd like to avoid it, just because I felt what near the knee felt like. So I can only imagine what on the actual knee will feel like.
That's gonna hurt so badly. There's no fat on your kneecap. It's all bone. Yeah. That's gonna hurt so bad. Wow.
I'm gonna hear the needles rattling on my bones.
I know you got the whole tattoo planned out already, right? Or
so I had these first 4. Genos, I kind of decided maybe like a week before I actually booked the tattoo. So my next one, I'm thinking Gotenks in his ghost form. Just because it can be an interesting shape. And then like the shape that I have left is like the back of my thigh and my inner thigh. So with him in his ghost form shape, it can be whatever shape that the artist needs it to be to kind of fill in that space. So I'm thinking that, and then maybe one other can fit, and then that whole leg will be done.
Nice.
But yeah, so far I got.
See, when I think of a leg sleeve, I think of like for some reason just like the shin, the knee down to like the ankle, but you going all the way up.
Yeah, it's coming pretty close to my hip.
They gotta do something on the knee, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'll look kind of strange if it's just like a big gap of nothing
Yeah.
there, even if it's just like some background art.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not too much.
I guess be prepared for that. There's no way to even. I have a lot of tattoos also, and there's no way to even prepare for the pain because like you're not supposed to take like a painkiller or anything before that because it's a blood thinner. So like you just have to sit there and bear it, which kind of sucks.
Bring like a t-shirt to squeeze or something, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than a tattoo, I signed up. So there's this thing called CEA, Corporate Esports Association, and basically huge companies, they have esports teams. So let's say Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Google, they all have like esports teams within, and they compete in the CEA. So I signed up for the CEA to compete in Call of Duty and Halo. I missed the tryouts, so this year I probably won't be able to. Well, this season I probably won't be able to actually be in it. But next coming season, I'll definitely try out for our Microsoft team and whichever game I feel the most confident in. But yeah, there's a esports association for big corporate entities, and then the prize pool is actually for charity. So like the companies themselves and the people playing don't get the money; it's for the charities. So it's a pretty nice cause.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you get to play esports, and then your team decides which charity you'll donate some money to with your winnings. So that'll be fun. I'll keep you guys posted on any updates with that.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know
that sounds cool. I feel like that has the potential to grow into like a whole league type thing, you know?
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, I looked into it a little bit, and then I watched some of the replays and stuff like that. Like it looks pretty legit. So it's like they stream it on Twitch, kind of like a live. Then you have live viewership and all that stuff. It looks like a legit esports league, based on any other esports leagues you've seen before. If you guys are in that scene at all.
I'm not, but that sounds.
I mean, I watch videos here and there, but I don't follow it closely like that. But it's big.
That sounds cool.
Yep. And other than that, I played One Piece Pirate Warrior 4. That was on Game Pass. I finally played that, and that game was pretty bad. I love One Piece, but that's not my kind of game. I mean, it's like just pure button mashing. Like, man, this takes no skill at all to beat, but
that's the beauty of it, though. You can just sit there and just
mash buttons.
I get what you're saying, though.
I love button mash games because I'm not a very skilled person when it comes to video games. So that's something I would enjoy. I think.
Yeah, you might enjoy it, but I mean, it's kind of hard to see because it's like literally thousands of enemies just all over the place. So like you can barely even see what moves you're doing. It's kind of it's not for me.
Let me ask you
Someone else might like it, but it's not for me.
Do you like Dynasty Warriors in general?
Nah.
Okay, so yeah, you're not gonna like that game.
Yeah, nah, that was the feel I got. I was like, okay, this is like a Dynasty Warriors type of game. I was like, I probably will not like this.
It's just skinned with One Piece Warrior characters. That's all.
Yeah,
that's a One Piece Warrior, One Piece characters.
Then a game that I was playing that I did enjoy, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, that just came out maybe within the last week.
Ooh, I was looking at that.
Yeah, so if you've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! Like growing up, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a totally different game now. Put your Celtic Guardian away, put your Dark Magician away. These new cards, these new rules, it's a totally different game. So let's say you're used to like playing, all right, I summon a monster, summon one single monster, put a trap card down, end your turn. Now people are summoning like 6-7 monsters in a turn. The monsters are trap cards. It's all, I don't know how to explain it. People are losing first turn. You don't even get a chance to draw. There's crazy combos going on. It's
the way the special summons go and like the way you can link different summons together and different cards, it's gotten way complicated. And then you can play in like a turbo mode, and it's like stuff that I haven't even touched yet.
Yeah, but I mean, I got kind of up to speed with it, so I'm getting better. I'm at the silver rank right now. Been sending my bros to the Shadow Realm. If you guys are listening, you know where to find me. Any listeners?
Is it on?
It's on everything except mobile. So it's on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch. So I started playing it on the Switch. The screens were a little bit crazy slow.
Is it cross-platform?
Yep, cross-platform as well.
So I was playing the most recent game that came out on the app. I was playing that heavy for a little bit. Like if I log back in, I probably got a couple still nice decks. But I was looking at that new Yu-Gi-Oh game because, you know. Yeah,
I definitely recommend if you're interested or just want to check out what Yu-Gi-Oh is like now. So they have a solo mode too, so you don't have to strictly play online. And they can, during the solo mode, they teach you like the current meta and all that stuff and all the different new types of monsters and play style. So it's actually helpful just to play the story mode. But yeah, it's free to play as well. So there's no pay to win feature that we know of so far. They give you plenty of like the in-game currency just playing the game. So far I haven't had to pay any money at all, and I even got the battle pass for free, just because they give you so many of the in-game currency. But yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying it. If anybody wants to go to the Shadow Realm, comment on the page. I'll find you, and we can set a duel up.
Oh, you heard that, guys. James wants to play Yu-Gi-Oh with you guys. So
yes, sir. I'm
challenge is out there.
That's cool.
I got you. I'm gonna build the deck, and I'm gonna take you on. And I got
Nice.
a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh heads that I know, so we could get it popping.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that wraps up my nerdy things.
Jaja, what about you?
I could go next.
Okay.
From the stuff that I can remember, I've been on the Xbox a lot gaming, so I've been playing my State of Decay. I started Attack on Titan 2, the game, over again because I'm watching the season over. We're gonna talk about that a little later, but
yes,
I'm really heavy into Attack on Titan right now. And I've been playing Halo Infinite finally. I've gotten to sit down and play the campaign. I've been jumping back and forth from the campaign to multiplayer because both of them are just like incredible. Like, I'm loving the campaign for Halo. Like, the way it's a whole different campaign than any other game. The way they did it, I'm really enjoying it. Like, you get to have your own base, and like you're pretty much trying to like. I don't want to like spoil the game, but like from the last games that I remember, there's no USNC, whatever the army's called, I forget. But like they're all wiped out. So like he's trying to, build them back up kind of. And the multiplayer, I was complaining about the game modes, how you couldn't choose like just strictly Team Slayer. It seems like they updating it. They calling it's the game, the online service is gonna be like one of those live servers where they can update it like Destiny or like Apex Legends and just change the game from month to month. So they added the strictly Team Slayer mode. Pretty happy about that. So been playing that online, and man, this grapple hook has just changed Halo in so many ways. Like people are doing insane things with this grapple hooks. I've been just watching YouTube videos, and like it's insane what some people are doing. Just like swinging around like Spider-Man, hooking onto vehicles. Like it's kind of nuts. What else? I watched 2 movies, 2 thrillers.
Okay.
They're both on Netflix. The one's called Unforgettable. That one's with Sandra Bullock. I think she's the main actress. And the other one is Brazen. That's with Alyssa Milano. Both thrillers. They follow the formula, who done it, and they were all right. They were pretty predictable because I predicted both of them before the ending, but it was still interesting to see how everything turned out still. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I could give them both like a 6 or 7. Like there was no real like, it wasn't like shocking. It was just more like one of those thrillers where you're guessing to the end who did it, and then you find out and you're like, oh, that's who I thought the whole time. But and then animes, I thought I was gonna get into a new anime, but I'm watching Attack on Titan over, like I said, and one of the animes on my list that somebody recommended to me, I don't know if you guys heard of it, The Legend of Vox Machina.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime, and I was talking to one of my coworkers about it. She suggested it to me, and she's telling me that she listens to the people who are the voice actors. They actually have like a podcast where they do Dungeons and Dragons like role play.
Oh, that's cool.
The podcast got so popular that I guess they spun it off to a show. So I'm gonna check it out. It seems like it's like an anime style cartoon. The animation looks similar to like Invincible, I would say, but I'm gonna check that out. Awesome. But that's it for my nerdy things. I've been dying to hear what you've been up to, Shannon. So
so I've been playing. Okay, I know that you the one thing that you want me to say is if I've been playing Xbox, and I have a little bit, but because of my persistent Wi-Fi issues, I haven't been able to pay as much as I wanted to. But I have been on there. What have I been playing? I haven't been playing anything that I don't think will interest you guys. Like I've been playing Skyrim and like one other game that I forgot the name of, but like nothing crazy. My internet started acting like it started freezing a lot because my internet is still like So I'm hoping that'll be fixed next week so I can play some more. But I've only been playing Skyrim so far, which is not super amazing. I'm sorry, guys.
I know the screen is small, but you should try it out on your phone. If your phone is.
Oh, do you think that'll be better?
Which do you have like the latest iPhone or?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I have the
latest. It should work.
Okay.
It should work good.
Okay, cool. Because will it run well off of just like cell phone service? if I turn the Wi-Fi off.
Mine does. It runs fine off of 5G for me. Like,
okay,
really good. So
so maybe I'll try that. And then hopefully I can go back to my iPad when the Wi-Fi is better. But yeah, from the little bit I played, it works really well. I hooked up my PlayStation 5 controller to my iPad, and then I was playing that way, and it was really cool. So it's nice to know that I don't need a console to play video games, especially since because my PlayStation 5 is at my boyfriend's house, so I haven't been able to play anything. So this was fun. And yeah, so that was one thing I did. What else did I do? I watched I'm up to date on Peacemaker. Wait, Jaja, did you watch Peacemaker yet?
Not yet. It's on my list.
God. Oh my God.
I see it. It's like the world's most watched show right now or something.
Oh my God. Wait, James, are you up to date on Peacemaker?
No, I actually forgot about it.
Oh my God.
I've been watching Adventure Time anytime I go on HBO Max.
Oh my God.
Is it good?
Yes, that is the reason why it's the most streamed show in the world right now. It's so good. The last 2 episodes were really good in particular. So I'm very mad that none of you have watched it. So we can't talk about it.
The weekly shows kill me, Shannon. Like Attack on Titan, I'm doing because I can't wait for that. But every other show, it's like, if you're coming out weekly, I chill for a couple weeks.
I felt that way too, but then it gives me something to look forward to. Like, oh, it's Thursday, I can watch Peacemaker today, or like, oh,
you're right. But I got
Sunday,
a couple of shows like that already, and it's like all my weekly shows come out on Sunday too. It's funny, the ones that I like follow. Mm-hmm. But I got you. I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
You especially, Jaja, because you haven't watched any of it. But James at least has seen the first 3 episodes. But the last 2 episodes are really, really good. So I expect James to be caught up by next week, and you, Jaja, to have watched some of it. And you'll have a good amount to binge because there's already 5 episodes out, and the season's
exactly. That's what I like.
Well, hurry up. The season's only 8 episodes, so hurry up and watch those. So that
you don't want to hear my weekly reviews.
I do though. The people want to hear because the people are watching Peacemaker. They want to hear what we have to say about it.
That's what they're here for.
Copy that.
Yes. And then what else have I been doing? I think that's it. I've been a little slow on my nerdy things. Have you been reading any comics, James? I meant to ask you that.
No, after Ironheart, I kind of haven't really read anything else. Okay. I've been getting notifications about new things that come out. So it is nice that they send you notifications and you don't gotta kind of hawk the app like that. So but there were some Spider-Man titles that came out that I need to go ahead and read. And some Miles Morales, Spider-Man is the one I'm about to read next. So I should get started on that this week actually.
Okay, cool. But yeah, besides that, I have not done anything. I wanted to buy Pokemon this week when it came. Pokemon Legends Arceus came out on this past Friday. I wanted to get it, but I did not. I'm gonna wait until next week. James, I know you didn't get it either. Do you want to talk about why you chose not to get it this week?
Yeah, so the last Pokemon that came out, I won't say I was completely disappointed with it, but I got kind of bored with it pretty quickly. So I beat the 8 gyms, and then after that, I was kind of like, I think I'll play something else now. So I didn't go any further than that. And I for a full price game to play it for like 2 weeks, I don't think I was gonna spend that money on that Pokemon. So I've actually been watching a friend of mine stream it. He streams on Twitch, so I've been watching that to get kind of a grasp of the story. So it is looking interesting though. I won't say it looks like boring or anything like that, but it does look interesting. And then since I'm watching it on stream, maybe I'll eventually pick it up myself, or maybe that'll do it for me, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was about to say, here's a question. If you're watching somebody play through something, does it then make you not want to play it anymore yourself? Because yeah.
So This is like my first time watching someone like do a playthrough. So I've never actually watched play. So most of the streams or any gameplay I watch is typically like competitive. So like Call of Duty clips or something like that. But this is the first kind of story mode one that I've seen. So I think after I see how the story plays out, I doubt I want to, go out, run out and buy it myself. If there's like a multiplayer aspect of it, then I'll probably, that will probably be what I get it for. But then you got to kind of play the story to get to the multiplayer anyways. So we'll see how that plays out for me.
I was talking to Jossie, for everyone who may have forgotten who Jossie was. He's passed into legend now. Anyway, I was talking to him. He has the game. And he said that he likes it. He said there's a lot to do. So I feel like in that aspect, it might already be better than Sword and Shield, just because in Sword and Shield there wasn't that much to do, like on the side, you know what I mean? So I don't know. He said that he likes it a lot. So, and from what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing terrible reviews about it. People have been saying that it's good. So I might still pick it up, but I'm not in a rush to get it. So I'll get it eventually. I know it's me and James were talking and we know it's never gonna go on sale. So you either don't get it or you just like, you hope that your $60 doesn't go to waste. But
right.
I mean, while we're on the subject of Pokemon, real quick, I've still been playing Pokemon Go, and I've been thinking about getting the games, or like it reminds me of the old games, or I want to like play the game again. And then every time I get when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start the game up, I'm like, why am I gonna start the game up? I'll just play Pokemon Go. Like, I don't know. Like it's that game is like such a grind, and it's like kind of time consuming that like it's not worth it to do both. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I've been kind of still on that game, and then I'm finding a lot of people who still play the game. Like surprisingly, people that I know. So it's like I can do trades and like all that like interactive stuff. But yeah.
It must be fun to play Pokemon Go in Florida where it's always warm and sunny. I wouldn't want to if I still play Pokemon Go now, I wouldn't be outside in the colds trying to play Pokemon Go.
I went to SeaWorld a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I'm gonna go to SeaWorld, and I opened the game. Oh my God, I couldn't close it after that. It was like my girl was getting so bad at me, like, yo, you gonna come here and play Pokemon Go? I was like, yep.
Were there a lot of water type Pokemon at SeaWorld? There
was everything.
Oh,
everything.
Okay.
A lot of stops, a lot of like,
Yeah. That sounds fun. I kind of miss Pokemon Go, but I know I don't think I would be able to get back into it, but I do.
I'm gonna say one thing. I don't think I would be playing it as much if I didn't have a stop that I could spin from my house.
Okay.
That's the asterisk. Like I remember when I was in New York, that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing, because it's like hard to get Pokeballs if every time you have to go outside and walk to the spot to get a Pokeball. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Luckily, like on my train route on the way to work, I would spin the stops and get my Pokeballs like that. But it's, when you're not at home and you can just sit there and spin it every couple minutes, it's kind of like, it ruins the grind a little bit. But
yeah, for sure. I wonder how many people out there, if you still play Pokemon Go and you listen to us, let us know. Let us know. I'd be interested to see.
I know Adam still plays Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah, probably.
He sends me gifts every day. We like best friends. Shout out to Adam.
All right, cool. So since none of us have bought the game, then we don't really have to spend too much time on it. But we can talk about the big news that happened last week when we didn't record. Big news, which is still like relevant now. So
huge news.
Yeah. So Microsoft is set to acquire Activision Blizzard. This news came out like a week and a half ago. It's not a final deal yet. Yeah. I don't think they've actually done it yet. Doesn't the deal still have to get approved?
What, by like the government?
Well, there's talks of antitrust going on, so that's some developing story.
Yeah, like I know that it actually hasn't happened yet. I know that Microsoft doesn't own Activision Blizzard yet. But they're looking to acquire it. They put the offer out, but I think it has to get approved still.
Got it.
Is where we're at right now. So yeah, this is good. This is especially good for it was Activision, right? Or yeah, it's especially good for Activision Blizzard that has all this stuff going on internally with their company. So that's a plus that it's being acquired by a bigger company.
Right.
And also, a lot of Activision Blizzard games are going to be set to come to Game Pass if this deal comes through, which I know a lot of people are excited about as well. The goal of the transaction is to make games playable on any platform without a console. So that's cool. My question about this is that are Activision Blizzard games not going to be available anymore for PlayStation? What do you guys think?
I doubt that's the case. That's dropping the ball on a lot of money.
Probably, yeah, you're probably right.
I'm like, from what I can understand from what I see from Xbox, if they're trying to make the games playable anywhere, then you might as well let the PlayStation people have it too. Like, why not?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially, I could see them doing like all the titles that are like big titles that are already on PlayStation. Like, keep all the Call of Duties there, keep like everything they have, they can keep. But then going forward, I don't know. We might want to keep some stuff for ourselves just in the beginning, but because we got to play the exclusive game a little bit just to like make people jump ship a little bit. But we do want everybody to play the games. I'm talking like I'm Microsoft. Hire me. I'll rep to the death. But I feel like they're gonna keep the big titles on there.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. I wonder when we're gonna get news on if this deal is like done, like for real.
Everyone is talking about it like it's done.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I was like.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, but I feel like there's still some stuff they have to sort through first before it becomes like.
Did y'all see the list of companies that fall under Activision Blizzard?
No, actually, I don't think I did.
It's like almost like 30 different companies.
Really? Wait,
and
like
not
what?
like small companies, big companies like who they got? They got King, the creators of Candy Crush. So they got big mobile game developer. You got the people who made Overwatch. I'm forgetting the names of the company. I should have the screenshot right in front of me. But
Blizzard, yeah.
They got Blizzard. They got all the companies who put into Call of Duty. It's like 5 or 6 or 7 different companies that make different Call of Duties or support the Call of Duty team.
Mm-hmm.
You got the people. Oh, we got the people who made. Well, of course, WoW's on PC, but like think about WoW coming to like consoles and stuff like that. How crazy would that be?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be a whole wave, resparking a whole that would be a thing if that would happen.
Yeah. Crash Bandicoot and Spyro as well.
Right.
Yep, that's true. So this is a huge move on Microsoft's part, and I think that if this deal goes through, they'll definitely have dominance over PlayStation in many ways, I think. So I feel like Sony should be a little scared, probably. It's just my opinion. What about you guys? What do you think?
They should definitely be scared. If I was them, they should be trying to work with Microsoft right now. I mean, like that's like your only choice, kind of.
Work with them how though?
Like trying to make some of these games stay on PlayStation at least. At the very least.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Some sort of working partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Sony should try to buy another big gaming company? Like, I don't know, something else. But yeah, after watching that documentary, seeing how like the Xbox division of Microsoft started to like now where it is now, making these huge purchases that'll change the gaming industry. It's kind of cool to kind of see like how that all progressed.
Oh, that was my other question. Did you finish that doc?
I did not. I watched half of the part 3, but I didn't finish it yet. I'm still going to though, but I just didn't finish it.
No problem. Take your time.
Yes.
Yeah, let it soak in.
Gives me time to watch it again.
No, it gives you time to watch other things that you have to watch, like Peacemaker.
You're right.
You have 6 hours of television to watch in the next week.
Oh man, that's just the beginning.
Any other video game news that you guys can think of before we move on? Or any other thoughts on Microsoft?
Nothing major at the top of my head. I did get some more of these companies in front of me though.
What do you mean?
If you want to hear some more of the companies that they're
acquiring.
Oh
yeah. Go ahead. Yep. Share that.
Obsidian, Playground Games, Rare, Turn 10, Undead Labs. Who else are they getting? Is Bethesda? Bethesda's something different. Mojang. It's a bunch. It's a bunch.
That's crazy. Who's left for Sony? I mean, there's plenty of people left, but it's kind of nuts. I mean, congrats to Microsoft.
I'm excited for the future, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff on like social media, like people, repping Xbox and a lot of Xbox promotion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like the tide is turning.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. You might be right though.
I feel like once you finish the doc, you're like, I don't know. I appreciate the company and what they're trying to do and their vision.
I understand that, and they are, and I don't have a problem with Microsoft. I just, I could never get into Xbox. Like back when it was strictly console, before they started expanding, because like I couldn't get used to the controller after playing PlayStation for so long, and I just feel like I don't like the Xbox console. But if they're transcending consoles and hardware, then I have a different take on it, obviously. But yeah,
right.
All right, so let's move on to some TV and movie stuff. The Moon Knight trailer came out a couple weeks ago. How do you guys feel now? Because I don't know, did you guys know much about Moon Knight before the trailer or before the announcement of the show at all?
No, not at all.
Like as a character, no. And I've seen his picture around a lot, so I've always wanted to know.
Mm-hmm. I think after the trailer, I mean, the trailer's not. Are you guys excited for the show after watching the trailer?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm just still on the fence about it. I don't know, just because it's hard. It looks cool, but I just don't know anything about him. So, I'm
from the trailer, it looks really good. Like even if it wasn't associated with Marvel, you know what I mean? Like as a standalone thing.
Yeah. No, yeah, it does for sure. And I'm wondering if Moon Knight is gonna tie into like everything else that's going on, or if he's gonna be his own type of thing. Like if he's gonna be like his own story. You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
I heard rumors he might be part of that Midnight Suns team that they're forming.
Okay.
With like Blade and the Black Knight. Those type characters.
Okay. Got it. And then unfortunately, one of the main stars from the show passed away in a ski accident. Also that same week that the trailer came out, which is nuts. By the way. So I don't know. I think he was playing the main villain of the season.
Yeah, his character is unconfirmed because the show hasn't come out yet, I think. But Gaspard Ueli, I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but
I think it's Julia. Yeah, rest in peace to him. He was really young, so that's crazy. And it's crazy that it kind of happened like all at the same time as well. But I wonder how that's gonna. I think the show was already done filming, but I wonder how that's gonna affect the show in the future. Probably have to rewrite a lot of things, or that they were planning on, depending on like how important his character was to the show. But yeah, it's kind of nuts. I feel like a lot of celebrities are dying like right now. Does anyone feel that way? I feel like every day like someone else is.
Yeah, there's been a lot of different celebrity death announcements.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of death in general the past couple of years, I feel like.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Don't want to take this podcast on a dark turn, so we're not going to really talk about death that much. But yeah, rest in peace to him. And did anyone catch Moon Knight? Did anyone catch the release date for Moon Knight? I think it comes out in March, right?
I'm not sure.
We can look it up real quick.
I think it is the next thing to come out.
March 30th.
Oh, yep. There we go. So that's
not too far.
Right around the corner. So yeah, that is the next thing that we have since Doctor Strange was tragically delayed. But yeah, we'll bring you that once it's out.
Real quick, while you said Doctor Strange, have you been seeing all the Doctor Strange hype?
Oh yeah, we talked about this a little the last podcast. There's a lot of hype, and that's why
yeah. They're building it up big. Big
yeah, they are. The people want to see Doctor Strange. So do I. I'm very excited for that movie. I'm so excited. But yeah, the hype is definitely getting bigger. We already talked about some theories that we heard. Maybe in a couple weeks where we visit it to talk about what new theories that we've heard. If you guys are following it, James, I know you're not, but Jaja, you're following a little bit, right?
Yeah, I know a couple of theories. Yeah.
Okay.
And I definitely can see why they pushed it back, just so that this hype can kind of build up, because Spider-Man kind of stole some of its hype.
Yeah, that's a good, that's probably a good strategy. I thought it was because of COVID this COVID spikes again, they wanted it to get like a good theater, a good box office return, and also for the hype, because Spider-Man had so much hype, and that's why it's currently number, I think, 6 on the highest grossing movies of all time. It jumped from 8 to 6, so that's pretty good. I wonder when Doctor Strange comes out, where that's gonna land on the list. I was actually gonna hold on, highest grossing movies of all time. I found this list the other day, and I was actually gonna bring this up.
I bet you like half of the top 10, half of them are Marvel movies.
It is. No, the top half of them are Disney movies. So Avatar is number 1, like the blue people Avatar is the number 1 highest grossing movie of all time. Still, and that came out in 2009. And then Avengers Endgame is number 2. Titanic is number 3. Star Wars The Force Awakens is number 4. The hype for that was big, but then then it went very downhill from there because all the other ones sucked. And then Infinity War is 5. Then Spider-Man No Way Home is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 are all Disney properties. So it's nuts.
Disney is killing it.
Disney is killing it.
Big time.
Ooh.
For sure. And then like
people Disney.
They continue to dominate the list, like all through like number 20. Because real quick, I'll just go through it. Like, so Jurassic World is number 7. The Lion King is number 8, like the live action Lion King that they did. That's number 8. So there's a wait, what? Why'd you say that?
No, we talked about this. We got a whole episode.
Oh yeah, I didn't like the movie either, but it was the hype. The hype is what brings people to the theaters. People wanted to see it. So right now that's 6. Then the Avengers is number 9. So that's 7 Disney movies. Furious 7 is number 10 on the list. Frozen 2 is number 11. So that's 8 on the list for Disney. Then Avengers Age of Ultron is 12. So that's 9 on the list for Disney. Then Black Panther is number 13. So that's 10.
Wait, so you telling me Encanto's not on there?
No. I mean, I don't know when this was I don't know when this was last updated. I feel like
I hear somebody quote that movie one more time.
Oh my god, Encanto is so big on TikTok. It's like everywhere. And it was a good movie. Did you see it?
No, that's the worst part. I haven't seen it.
Did you see it, James?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it either.
It was actually very good.
My girl watched it with some of her daughters, and they're all like about that, don't talk about Bruno. So they got this joke about it. And I'm just like, yo, who the hell is Bruno? And they're like, okay, we're gonna watch it. But then they just keep making the joke and we never watch it. So I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm on the outside of inside joke, it seems.
And Encanto's really good. I watched it the other day. That song is like all over the internet. They said that it has surpassed Let It Go in popularity, because when Frozen came out, that song was like really big, but now this song is bigger than that song, I think.
I feel like if TikTok was out when Frozen 1 came out, it would be as big.
That's true. I feel like a lot of things would be bigger if TikTok was around for longer, because people just take things and then it goes crazy on TikTok.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Encanto was really good. The diversity, the representation in the movie was really good. If anyone identifies with generational trauma from families, then you'll like this movie. They had a lot of messages and it was really good. So if you haven't seen it, you guys should see it. I don't know how you guys feel about excessive singing in movies, but it's a good movie. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, that was the highest grossing list. So yeah, like Disney has like 10 out of has a lot of movies on the top 20. So that's pretty insane to me. All right, now on to something else. James put this in our group chat, and when I saw it, I was like, why? So the NAACP has been, doing nominations for their Image Awards, and the Netflix anime Yasuke has earned a nomination for Outstanding Animated Series, or in the category. And when I read this, I was just like, why? Did you feel that way when you read this too?
Pandering.
Yeah, I was very shocked to see.
Yes, Jaja, I agree with you. It is pandering, because I feel like the anime was very subpar, to be quite honest with you. So I would
I
have.
feel like I enjoyed Cannon Busters more than Yaks.
Oh, and those were both
Yes.
really. Those are both really bad.
Yeah.
Cannon Busters was so bad. It had so much potential, but it was really bad. Did you watch Cannon Busters, James?
I did.
Okay. Oh yeah, because did we talk about this? Anyway, did you hate it also?
Did I hate Cannon Busters?
Yes.
I didn't hate it. I don't think I would watch a season 2, but
No.
it was
I
yeah. Yasuke, I'm definitely not watching season 2.
No, I didn't even finish Yasuke. I couldn't get through it. I was like, this is like really bad. But those were both shows that had so much potential, and I just feel like.
What is there any other Black animes out there? Like I'm trying to think of some recent ones.
I don't think so.
Because if there's not that many selections, then yeah, I can see I can see why they did this.
Yeah, so that is something that I was going to bring up, is that it just goes to show that the lack of options is kind of why. Because I mean, anyone that actually watches anime, I don't think anyone enjoyed Yasuke. I'll put it that way.
No.
So for this to have been nominated for an NAACP award, yeah, we don't have very many options. It was also nominated for another award, but this I can kind of see, the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. So the main title sequence, that song was nominated for an award, but not the show itself. So the song being nominated, I can kind of understand. It didn't win the award. This was in 2021, but yeah, for the song being nominated.
Wasn't the music produced by like Flying Lotus or something like that?
Yep, Flying Lotus and Thundercat. So
yeah,
I mean, that,
so like,
they definitely get the thumbs up on the music side, but the actual show itself was left a lot to be desired.
Did any of you watch Neo Yokio when that came out? That's
another one with Jaden Smith.
First season,
yeah, that's like another Black one that I can think of.
Didn't I make a joke about starting to watch that, and you clowned me so hard, Shannon, that I did not start it?
Because it wasn't good. It's another one that was. I don't know why all these Black-led animes aren't good. Like, what is the problem here? Somebody needs to fix something, because it's not working right now. It's not working. So I don't know.
Let's just bring back the Boondocks. Come on, let's just bring back the Boondocks.
I mean,
call it a day.
That is supposed to. When is that? Isn't that supposed to be coming back soon?
I really hope so.
I know they were rebooting it, so I just don't know when it's coming out.
Listen, take your time and make it good. Just when it comes out, make sure it's great.
But yeah,
represents us properly.
So there is a Black-owned anime studio in Japan, and I'm hoping that they start coming out with their own shows.
Yes.
Have we ever mentioned this on the podcast? I feel like we have.
I feel like maybe we were going to, but maybe we didn't record. I don't know if we actually talked about it. I don't remember. But yeah,
so there's Black brothers that live in Japan, and they founded their own anime studio. So it's called Dart Taijao. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but yeah, they have a pretty big presence, and they work on some very big names too. So I know they've done animation on One Piece and even Demon Slayer. So hopefully, if they come out with their own shows, then they can do us some justice. And my boy, I don't know if you guys know this, I'm a total stan of The Weeknd. They animated one of his music videos. So yeah, they actually, like, they work with big names, and yeah, I'm hoping that they finally put something of their own out, and then we can get some solid Black owned, or even if it's Black owned, not just full Black characters, but some solid anime representation.
Yes,
from Black people.
Some good stories. We definitely need some good story plots, because we do not have them right now. We don't.
You know, that's one of the things that I like to do at like the cons, is like visit the Black anime tables, because their art be like crazy, and I'm just like, yo, how are you guys not like bigger? But we need to start promoting some more of this stuff. Yeah,
for sure. I am in agreement. As long as it's good, like, that's what I'm saying. We need better stories, better actors being hired for these roles. Like Lakeith Stanfield and Yasuke, he's just not a good voice actor. So like, he didn't sell me at all. So like, from the very beginning, I was just like, no, this is not gonna work. But yeah, hopefully we get to see that soon. But yeah,
I was a bit disappointed with that. Black Samurai. Oh man, they could have really made something of that.
Yep.
Some Black Samurai. What's the other one? Dynamite something. Black Dynamite.
What's that one? I don't know if I know what that one is.
That's another one they were trying to make like a Black anime. It's kind of reminds me of Black Samurai. Okay. I think he was a cop.
Oh yeah. I see this. Right. I've never seen this, but I.
It's like the animated Shaft, kind of.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, somebody out there, please do better. Well, help us out. But yeah, I agree. Pandering to the highest degree for that. But if it actually wins, even more so. So I wonder what the other shows
The
are in that
nominees?
category. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that real quick before you move on.
That would be very, very interesting.
Outstanding. What is it? Outstanding animated series nominees.
Be the other. They just nominated Boondocks 3 other times.
Okay. View nominees. Yes, please tell me. Don't make me scroll through everything though. No.
Drum roll, please.
No, this is only giving me like individual nominees. I want to see it for maybe the article says it. Does the article say what other?
And I didn't even know. Is this on TV like the NCAA Image Awards?
Yes, it is. I think it comes on February 26th on BET.
I was gonna say, guess the channel that comes on.
No, this article doesn't even say what other shows were nominated. I have to find like this information is not coming to me as easily as it should be. So we'll come back to this. If somebody else finds it before me, then just cut into whatever we're talking about. But I can't find it right now.
Listen, if all I got to say is if BET a couple years ago can say Eminem's the best rapper alive, then the NAACP Image Awards should be able to be played on like CBS or NBC or something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Isn't BET's not even owned by Black people anymore, is it? Isn't it owned by white people now? So like, what is it?
Isn't it owned by Tyler Perry? That's what I thought.
No, it's not.
I think it's owned by like Viacom or something like that. Some huge corporate entity.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry has got to have a majority of shares in that channel the way they play his stuff nonstop.
All right. Who is the president of BET? I just want to know that because if it's not a Black person, then that's it. Everything is just a sham.
Everything's a lie.
Let's see this person. Okay. I think it is a Black person right now. A Black person is the president currently. But I feel like at one point, a white person was definitely the president of BET.
Whoever owns BET is definitely white.
That's what I'm saying. They made a Boondocks episode about that. I remember. So the whole thing is the whole thing's a sham. Moving on from
it's
this.
Like when we follow in rap, all the record labels that we think are Black, they're owned by a white person.
Yeah.
All of them.
So if no one else has anything to say about Yasuke, I certainly don't. Let's move on to other stuff. So
that got real political real quick.
It did. But
well, I just found the other nominees for this category.
Okay, go ahead.
So, so there's Yasuke.
Okay.
There's a Netflix show called We the People.
Okay.
Big Mouth on Netflix. Peanut Heads, Black History Tunes. It's on Quelly TV. And then there's a YouTube original called Super Sima. So those are the 5 nominees.
Okay, wait. What is We?
Might have to go back and check all of those out, but I think I know Big Mouth. Isn't Big Mouth like the puberty show on Netflix?
Yes, it is. It is.
That was nominated for an Image Award. Wait. Have you ever seen that show?
Yes, I have.
That show's pretty crazy. Like
I don't know. Yeah, that's why.
Like I'm not sure if it's like aimed for like high school kids or like adults, but it's definitely not for anybody younger.
It's not. That's a weird choice. Wait, and I'm sorry, James, can you read the other couple again? You said We the People, Big Mouth, and what was the other couple?
There was Peanut Heads, Black History Tunes, and then Super Sima, YouTube original.
What is Black History Tunes? That's what I wanted to look up. Yeah, I don't know why Big Mouth is nominated. Because that seems like a very odd nomination in the midst of all the other shows. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of any Black characters in that show.
There is one Black character. There's two Black characters in the show.
They're definitely like not even B characters. They're like C characters, right?
Well, I think one of them is a B character and one of them I think would categorize as a C character. Yeah. So I'm not sure why. Like, I don't know if they threw that nomination in there just to have like a non-Black nomination, just to say that they're inclusive of everything. not sure if that, because like that nomination doesn't make sense. Like,
I mean, if they're trying to be inclusive of anything, there's like a million different shows they could have put besides Big Mouth that's animated.
Yeah, I don't.
For the motion picture category, there's a little more. So it's the advancement of colored people, not just Black people. So for motion picture, they have Encanto,
Yes,
Luca,
okay.
Raya and the Last Dragon,
Okay.
Sing 2, and Vivo.
Those are all good. Those are all good.
All of those make sense. Those make perfect sense.
But the animated series category, it looks like there was a lack of options.
Yeah, because I understand the advancement of color people, but like Big Mouth is still like a primarily white cast. Like there's this primarily white.
I think if you up it to colored people, it's like maybe one more character you add, from what I remember of the show.
Yeah,
because I only watched the first season.
I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons, but if it's still the same, there was only like 2 Black characters I can remember off the top of my head for sure. If I'm wrong and somebody's listening to this that watches Big Mouth, somebody correct me, but I'm pretty sure there's only 2.
I mean, don't hold me to this, but I feel I'm gonna try and come up with a list of Black cartoons that came out last year that are better than anything on that list.
Yeah, bring back Class of 3000.
If you can actually come up with that list, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Or just like, inclusive shows,
Yeah, inclusive shows, yes, for sure. I'm pretty sure you can come up with a couple that are better. All right, let's move on because I want to have time for Attack on Titan talk. So really quickly, I just want to go to the Batman runtime. Was revealed that it's going to clock in at around 2 hours and 50 minutes. 3 hours of Robert Pattinson as Batman. How do you guys feel about this? Is that too long?
I'm not mad at it. As long as the movie's good.
But what if you?
Because I feel like 3 hours is about to be the new thing. Because a lot of big movies are doing that.
Yeah, movies are starting to get longer.
That's true, and there's going to be a lot of villains in this Batman movie. Catwoman, the Riddler, Penguin. They're all going to be in this movie. So I feel like that's appropriate time to kind of build out a story. If it was any shorter than that, then I could probably automatically tell that it's probably going to be rushed and bad like most other DC movies. So,
right. And most of these movies, especially the hero ones, it's like a Batman movie isn't just Batman. We going to see Catwoman. We going to see all these different characters. So yeah, they got to stretch it out and develop some of them.
Yes. And I also read that it's not going to be an origin story like other Batman movies. So I'm hoping that it'll kind of be like a Tom Holland Spider-Man where we know the story already. So it kind of just picks up in the middle from somewhere. You know what I mean? I feel like that's going to definitely make it better as well. Because all these reboots on DC's end is not like, I don't really know who it's benefiting anymore.
So now that you say the reboot thing, do you realize we're getting 3 different Batman this year? Like 3 people playing Batman this year?
Who else is playing Batman?
We're getting that Batman, and then we're getting 2 Batman in the Flash movie. They're bringing back 2 of the old Batman. Is it because then I just heard that, I'm sorry, but the Joker 2 was just announced, and we might get another Batman in that one.
Oh God. Oh, okay, wait. So there going to be 2 different Batmans in the Flash because the Flash is going to run through the multiverse of DC?
Something like that. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm just not excited. I'm gonna watch. My tolerance of this Batman movie is building like little by little. Like I'm gonna go see it and like I'm gonna give it a chance. But like everything else, I'm kind of like, except for the Joker 2. I'm looking forward to seeing that whenever that comes out. I know, Jaja,
it kind of sucks because like even though we're not looking forward to it, all of us are gonna go see it, so they're gonna get the money because we gotta go see for ourselves if it's good or not. We just have to.
As podcasters on the Nerdverse, we definitely need to see it. But I don't want to. I definitely don't want to see the Flash. I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't make any. I don't want.
What I will say is that the newest Batman trailer that they came out with is a lot better than the first one.
Yeah.
I can agree.
A lot.
I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. So hopefully it turns out to be good. Especially since it's been, people have been talking about it for a while. So hopefully it's good. We'll see. But yeah, just be prepared. I'm gonna go to an AMC that has a bar in it, and I'll drink away my 3 hours. So yeah, even though I'm the only one who's up to date on Peacemaker here, Peacemaker is the highest streamed show in the world right now. It is very popular, and it is also very good. The popularity matches the quality of the show. I feel like with every episode, it gets better. So I hope that you guys are caught up by next week. James, actually, I am holding it to James to be caught up by next week. Jaja, as long as you watch some of it, I feel like it'll be
man,
good.
the pressure is on.
I mean, if it's good, I'll be caught up. Trust me.
Okay, it's really, really good. I'm so surprised at how good this show is. I look forward to it every week. And yeah, the last 2 episodes were especially really, really good. So
I love a surprise show that surprises you with how good it is.
Yeah.
Love those.
I say I'm surprised because it's DC, but like James Gunn has never given us anything bad so far. So like I'm not surprised that it's really good.
Right.
So yeah, so you guys watch that. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to talk about it really. Let's talk about Attack on Titan in our last few minutes of the show. I'm 26 minutes into that 2-hour video by Anime Balls Deep, Jaja, that you recommended I watch. So I started watching that.
It's gonna spoil a lot of stuff for you.
I know, but at this point, I don't care. I just want to understand the story, and I've had to rewind it several times to understand what he was saying because I feel like I'm still confused.
I feel like it's gonna confuse you more because you didn't watch it or read it. Yeah, because he's going in time order, so a lot of the reveals are gonna come at the beginning of the video, and it's like a lot of information that you had no idea about. You know what I mean? And you don't even know how it links to the story. So I don't know. That's interesting if you do it that way. I want to see if it makes sense to you.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to get an understanding. I don't know if I'm just really slow at this point because I watched a couple of recaps of and explanations of the first half of season 4, and like I was still like kind of lost. So I'm just like, am I still supposed to be lost by watching this?
Real quick, do you have any questions off the top of your head that you could think of that like?
Okay, so I just want to throw some. So from what I'm gathering from these videos I'm watching, the Eldians were kind of the bad guy, right? But then we were made to think that they were good this whole entire time, but they're actually the ones that, they're still the bad guy, right?
So I'm gonna try to give it to you without the spoilers, right?
Okay.
So at the beginning of the show, the Eldians were brainwashed into thinking that that they were the evil people, and
you mean
the Eldians on the mainland I'm talking about. They were brainwashed by Marley because Marley subjugated them because they had the Titans now and telling them that you were evil people and you dominated us for this many years. And then back on the island, or the Eldians on the mainland. I'm sorry, I'm confusing you now.
No, wait. Let me just address something you said. So the Eldians on the mainland were tricked into thinking that they were evil people that caused a trial. But like, isn't that true? Didn't they do that?
Yes and no. Like,
okay. So this is why I'm confused.
Okay. So the king on the island wiped everybody's memories when he went there. Like they said that in the beginning. He brainwashed everybody thinking that there was nobody outside the walls that like this is civilization. So they don't even have knowledge of other people out there attacking and their whole history of the Titans. Now the Eldians on the mainland, you'll find out that all the Eldians are linked, and that due to the brainwashing on the island, it kind of like wiped everybody's memories, even on the mainland. So that's how Marley was able to subjugate the Eldians, because they were able to brainwash them with their propaganda, saying that you guys did this to us, and so that's why you guys are gonna get like quarantined pretty much, or locked up and subjugated now, because we're in power and you did this to us. And from the reveal, that is the real history. Like the Eldians were one of those ancient tribes that run around conquering, and they did it to their own people too. They conquered their like different tribes, went around trying to conquer each other. They'll put the people under their ownership or whatever. And then as they got bigger and bigger, the main Eldian tribe, started taking on bigger and bigger foes. And it just so happens that somehow he gets, I don't want to reveal nothing, but he gets the Titans come into play. He's able to use that as a weapon. And the Eldian, so once Ymir died and the power split between her daughters, and then, it kept splitting, it ended up that, each tribe had a Titan, and they were fighting each other. And during the Civil War, Marley took advantage of this and said, and took, started fighting tribes and getting Titans piece by piece. And the king, his dumb ass is gonna say, "Oh, we've been killing people for almost 3,000 years. We killed like 3 times the Earth's population. We all deserve to die. I'm gonna take these people to an island and lock them up behind these walls with the threat that if y'all attack us, we'll release these colossal Titans. But if y'all really come and attack us, we're not gonna do nothing. We're just gonna you guys can take us over."
Okay. Okay. I understand it a little bit more now. That makes sense to me. It's just so much information, you know what I mean? I feel like we were just like hit, like when anybody who's watching the show, I feel like you were just hit, like you were following the show pretty well, and then you're just hit with all this confusing stuff in the last season, and it's just really like, I'm just like, what is that? What is happening? But I was reading a bunch of stuff online, and everybody seems to be confused, so I know that it's not just me. But
I am getting a kick out of all of the anime only people's reactions. Like that's part of my. I watched the episode, I watched a breakdown, then I watched some reactions of people watching it. Like it's awesome because they're just like they have no idea what's going on, and I'm jealous.
It kind of makes me want to read it, like, and not even watch the rest of it. It kind of makes me want to just read the anime. I mean, not read the anime. Sorry, read the manga, and then like watch the anime later. I don't know.
I want to because they're rumoring an anime only ending, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'd have to see it.
Yeah, so it kind of makes me want to read it. Should I read it? Are there things that are included in the manga that are not in the anime? Like, should I start from the beginning?
I will say there's things that are included in some of the side episodes that are seem to be canon now. Like if you go into Crunchyroll, I think the last one of the seasons is like OADs or something like that. And it's one story is about Levi and his life. A couple are about Annie, but the very last episode is about Mikasa. And in that episode, it pretty much shows like kind of that she's in a time loop and Eren's gonna die every time in the time loop. That's all I'm gonna say. You can watch the episode and see more, but that could be canon and a very important piece of the story.
Okay. You said Crunchyroll has these episodes?
Yeah.
Okay. But if I do read the manga, do you recommend I read the manga from the beginning? Like, is there stuff that wasn't included in
you could just start off wherever you left off in the anime.
Do you know what chapter this last week's episode, do you know what chapter of the manga that is? Obviously not off the top of your head.
I could find it. I could find it.
Okay, yeah, just let me know so I can I'll read the rest of it first because
I can't really have this conversation with you without you knowing the whole story because I don't really want to spoil anything for you. I want you to have that. Oh my god!
I definitely want to have known what the manga ending is and also know what the anime ending is. So okay, I won't watch the rest of this video that I watched because I don't want it to be spoiled for me through video.
I feel like at this point they spoiled the whole season in the theme song. Like they just revealed everything. they gave it all away, even in the words. Like first of all, the theme song is freaking amazing.
I mean, maybe because you know what happens already, but like for someone who didn't read the manga,
they say rumbling. We're gonna kill everybody, rumbling. But yeah.
Oh man,
the GOAT. He's the GOAT for real.
Okay. I'm a little less confused now, but we'll see, I guess.
Did you see the newest episode?
You mean today's episode?
No. Today's episode doesn't come out till like 3:00, I think.
Okay, yeah, then yeah. So I saw. I'm up to date. I saw last week's episode. Yeah.
Yeah, these first 3 were pretty. I think this is the best animation we've seen from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it just looks very different, and I feel like a lot of people look the same. Like I keep getting Armin and what's the girl's name? What's the short blonde hair?
Krista?
No, the other one, the one that's a volunteer. I keep getting
Yelena.
Yeah, Yelena. I keep getting them confused. So, it happens quite often actually. So I have to just remember. I guess the haircuts are a little different, but I feel like they look kind of similar.
Right.
But yeah, James, you're kind of quiet over there while we're talking about Attack on Titan.
Oh no, I didn't want to throw any pieces in and confuse anybody.
Oh, yeah, don't confuse me anymore because I'm already confused. But yeah,
after the last season, I did read. I forgot what chapter I started at though, but after the last season, so from the last season all the way to the end, I read that. I got caught up at one point, so I was reading weekly, but I binged kind of where the season 4 part 1 ended all the way to the end. So, well, all the way to where it currently was before the final chapter. But
I think that I think for reading, I think I want to read from like the beginning of this of season 4 up until that's where I want to start from.
I was gonna say maybe you should go back to like when he first got to the water and crossed over to Mali, because there's some stuff in there that the anime skips, like some stuff.
Okay,
but they might come back to it because they might do it in just like a different order in the anime. But I would definitely go back to that.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that. So if you guys could find out for me like what chapter that is, and then I'll start reading from there. And also, how do you guys read? Where do you guys read your manga on? Like, what do you read it on? Do you have an app, or like what is it?
I have an app.
What? Oh yeah, I feel like you told me.
If you have Droid, I can give you that.
No, I don't.
I want to say I read it on Crunchyroll. I forgot where I read it. I think on Crunchyroll though. Some service that I had already had it up there.
Okay, yeah. So just let me know what chapter that starts on, and then I'll find some way to read it, and then I'll read it that way. I don't have a Droid, so I can't download your fancy third-party cool manga reader apps, Jaja, unfortunately. Any other thoughts about Attack on Titan before you wrap up?
Oh man, it's
nothing.
Great so
just
far.
Anticipation. They got a lot to jam pack in these episodes. So,
how many are we gonna get? Another? Is this half of the season gonna be like another 16 episodes? Or like is it gonna be like
12?
12?
It's rumored to be 12.
Okay.
9 more.
That's what I was thinking. Like, it kind of seems like the story is wrapping up, so I'm just wondering how many episodes are left. All right, cool. If there is nothing else for this week, you guys can.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
There was I was talking to a fan of the show. Shout out Hector. He was asking us to make a list of anime that that we recommend people watching. But the criteria. Mm-hmm. Is like it has to be something fairly recent, like let's say within the last like year or two, maybe 3, and then not the big ones like My Hero, Attack on Titan. Like forget about those, like the sleeper ones.
Okay, so it sounds like people want us to bring back the short-lived anime pick of the week. I did it for like 3 weeks, and I was like recommending new anime that I found, and then I kind of like stopped. So we can do that. We can bring that back. All
right, sounds good.
I just got to get back on my consistent anime watching game. But we can definitely bring that back for sure.
Or like even anime that's on your list to watch,
Yeah. So you said not.
Obviously, we can't watch everything, but
yeah. So you said not any of the big ones and nothing old.
Like he wanted stuff that was fairly recent, but I guess if you have an old shout out you want to do, I don't.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But I'm trying to think, like, I feel like more people would appreciate like more modern ones, but like nothing like super mainstream because like everyone knows about those. But yeah, we'll find like smaller ones that not a lot of people are talking about. That's cool. That's doable. We can definitely try to do that. All right, awesome. So we'll try to bring that back to the best of our ability. But we're kind of busy, so as often as we can do it, we'll try to do it. So yeah, as always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Blerdsnerds. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com, and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.